This program is brought to you by Hungry Jack's and Bunnings Warehouse.
Here we go, the Illawarra Hawks taking on the Brisbane Bullets. Now, I've all but declared the Bullets for the championship when they got the big fella Aaron Baines, but it wasn't to be. Well, they may still win it, but I think your odds will be fairly high in that one. I'm going to take Illawarra to get the win here. I think the home court advantage, albeit not having the best season, I still think they're going to be better than the Bullets, who are going to fall to 0-6 after this one. But the best bet is going to be the total points under here. The last 7 home games for Illawarra between them and the Brisbane Bullets have hit the total points under, but we always love a multi, and this is going to be the one that I play here. My man Tyler Harvey to lead the way. Enjoy and, of course, gamble responsibly.
You know the score. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly.
Davo Hickey. Nice move. Throws it down. Takes it all the way in. Here is Dent. Got it away. Yes. Mathiaga was just playing with him and threw down the dunk. To the basket. And up he goes. It drops. Oh my. Oh, here we go. That's good.
Yes, more Monday night basketball in the gong as we walk into the final game of round 4 of Hungry Jack's NBL. The Bullets hope to emerge from the shadows as they head into the second leg of a road double after defeat against South East Melbourne by a point over the weekend. The Hawks, they're in action for the first time since last Monday when they collapsed on their home court against New Zealand. Yep, we are at the Sandpit in Wollongong, where both these clubs need a win by the water. Good evening, everybody. I'm Matt Russell alongside Brad Rosen. Brad, we know that the reinforcements are coming for Illawarra. Peyton Seaver flies in tomorrow. He'll play on Thursday night probably, but they need to win tonight. A week ago, they were diabolical. So how do they correct that this evening?
Well, of course, everyone's going to look at Tyler Harvey and they're going to think that's what we need to get going. For me, it's Mango Mathian. He's got NBA and European experience and they need more out of him. At the moment, he's playing 16 minutes for 5 points, hasn't shot a three-pointer, and he's got only 22 shots up this year. Including in that is 2 turnovers a game. He's better than that, and I think they need more from him. And if they can free him up, get him some points, that's what could open it for Tyler Harvey.
Now, from a Brisbane perspective, they get Donovan or DJ Mitchell back from that club-imposed suspension for his training hijinks, shall we call it. He's averaging a tick over 10 points and 6 rebounds per game. He didn't play because of that suspension on Saturday night. Had he, they might have won.
Oh, absolutely. And look, you put that in the past, it's done. Obviously, it's not great what happened, but you've got to move on. Tonight, they need him and they need him big. In the games I've watched him play, he has been very good for them. They need his energy off the bench, and if he can bring that, that'll go a long way to winning the game for Brisbane.
A bit like DJ, the Bullets have been Jekyll and Hyde this season. A lot of good, but a lot of bad costing them. And you've identified some examples of what's going wrong and what they need to do more of.
So here's the bad. You look at the turnover and they wander back. They give up a layup and you think to yourself, that's okay. But it's the sloppy pass here. So they've just given up 2 points. You'll watch it now. There's a 3-point play. There's 5 points. You then look at a couple of minutes to go in the game. They're only down by 3. Sloppy turnover here, then they hold Ryan Broekhoff. That's an intentional foul. They make the free throw, so now they're down by 1. The next possession, Ryan Broekhoff, bang, hits the 3. So a 3-point lead turns to a 7-point lead. That is massive. Here on the defensive end, you look at the hustle. They fight for the shot. They get the rebound. You watch Nathan Sobey get the ball. This is when Brisbane's good. Open court, nice easy layup. That's when Brisbane Bullets are at their best.
Yeah, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. They need to be more of Mr. Hyde. Let's have a look at the way the Bullets have let it slip this season. All 5 losses, they've led, and 4 of those losses, they've led by double figures. I spoke to Jason Cadee earlier, and he said, we're taking an optimistic approach. We're in a position to win. It's only a matter of time before we learn to deliver the killer blow.
And that's on James Duncan. He needs to make sure when the team's up, they've got to stay focused. If they can stay focused, they'll win this game.
Bit of gold from the stat man Mark Slocum tonight. For the first time in the history of the league, we get to see the 2 Tylers, the only 2 Tylers to play in this competition since 1979. And here's the Twilight Zone feature. They're both averaging 14.6 per game. So Tyler Harvey, Tyler Johnson, who delivers? Here are three more cool names. Lee Montagna, Xavier Rathan-Mays, and Liam Santamaria.
Thank you, Matty. Looking forward to this one up here. The boys are pumped. Good stat to kick us off too. I like that one, the two Tylers. But Xavier, you did the game last Monday, Illawarra, disappointing against New Zealand. You take a look at the starting five, thanks to champion. They've made a change. George King coming into the starting lineup. What 1-2 punch can you expect with Tyler Harvey and him?
Yeah, inserting George King into this lineup is going to give him a scoring punch. Somebody that can stretch the floor with Tyler and be reliable for him. And then obviously sliding Tyler over to that true lead guard spot and seeing that if they can get Tyler back to the Tyler Harvey of old.
And Liam, the Brisbane Bullets, well, we speak about them needing a win. DJ Mitchell comes straight back into the starting lineup. And again, they're going to go with Jason Cadee over Tyler Johnson.
Yeah, I like it with DJ Mitchell. So the suspension's been done, and don't forget, he was playing really well. Had 20 and 10 in his last game against Sydney. And you're right, Tyler Johnson coming off the bench again. That's 376 games of NBA experience coming off the bench.
Getting ready for this one. Monday night basketball. It's 80s night in Wollongong. So both teams, as we said, desperate for a win. Illawarra 1-4, Brisbane 0-5. Both coaches have spoken about energy, particularly on the defensive end, Liam. We've got to see some defensive intent, particularly on the boards, and just getting some stops.
Yeah, no doubt, especially from that man's squad. James Duncan and the Bullets, last in defensive efficiency in the league here in the early going. For Illawarra, they've got to get their offense humming. They only scored 62 points against New Zealand last week.
Coach Jackamus spoke about just try finding the right mix off the bench. The Illawarra, when they get their first rotations going, who can come in and inject some points for them?
I think Lucky Dent is going to be big for him off the bench. Having a guy that can come in, that can shoot the ball at an extremely high level from three, and a guy that can run the offense and play great pick and roll basketball. He's going to be a big addition coming in off the bench for him tonight.
And plenty on the line for both these teams tonight. Who can get off to a fast start? Sobey attacks the rim straight up.
Nice take. Nathan Sobey putting some heat on the rim, and big banger inside, clearing out some space.
And that's what you want to see early in the game, is getting Sobey. Oh wow.
Offensive foul, and just a little bit to go on with, so there is plenty of spite in this one. You'd expect them to be fired up.
77 on the offensive. Go for it.
What a strange way to open this. Contact from Sobey in the backcourt. Shocked that wasn't a foul on Sobey. They're going to give Deng Deng a flop warning on that?
Happy with the normal foul.
Just get the players together. Separate.
Just taking a listen in.
You guys just separate into your teams, have a chat. We're just going to have a chat.
And they meet again here. Yeah, normal foul. I'm happy with that. Yep.
I've got a flop warning on that one as well.
I'm going to lead your centre, and you got the flop warning.
We had a flop warning on 77.
So Deng will be called for the flop.
That's harsh. I thought that was pretty heavy contact. Sobey laid on Deng Deng in the backcourt, and then Deng Deng came back to get a little bit of response.
It's a sign of intent from both these sides. As we said, they know how desperate it is for them to get wins. On the board, they can't afford another loss. These teams will meet again on Thursday night. They'll get going, and they go into Baines early, getting down low, that little left-hand hook. And here's King into the starting lineup. Also wanted to be aggressive at turnover. There's Mitchell, as we said, into the starting lineup after that one-game suspension.
Looks like they've made it a little bit more of a point to feature Baines on the block here and see if they can get him going early and get him some early, easy touches.
Tried to use his muscle. Froling defended well. The kick out to Cadee.
Well, it results in an open bucket. Draws the double team. Tyler Harvey started getting worried about what Baines was going to do, single coverage. And Cadee was left open.
That's what you want to see from Tyler early. If you're an Illawarra Hawks fan, that's a great sign. If Tyler hits one early in the game like that, you know that he's a guy that can go for 30 and have a great night for you.
And again, they go into the big banger. It's a clear plan on offense.
Well, you look at the matchup with Sam Froling and you say, look, Froling's got the advantage in terms of speed. Up and down the floor, can he get out ahead of the pack? But Big Banger's got the advantage in terms of size and strength, so Brisbane taking advantage of that in the early going.
Dang hands off to Harvey. And now goes inside himself to Foley. Nice move.
That's game plan right there for Illawarra to put. They're going to put Baines in a lot of high pick and roll as he plays in a deep drop. And they're going to try and exploit that early.
Both offenses looking good early. And DJ gets on the board. Brisbane perfect from the field so far. Harvey again wanting to go into Froling. That's good defence, almost from the Brisbane Bullets, but Krebs called for a block.
Goal 70, block. 2 shots.
You're right, X. That pick and roll previously with Sam Froling. They went back to it after a little bit of ball movement. He's so tough on those short rolls. Makes really good decisions. Here you see the foul. I'm surprised that he's getting continuation there. Getting 2 shots out of that ding ding.
What I call is because Tanner goes to the floor easily and he's in a legal position when he starts his act of shooting. No, I know you aren't. I understand what you're saying.
Opportunity for Deng just to find a bit of form. Just 1 from 9 last Monday against New Zealand, the 5 points. So I need a bit more from him on offense.
Yeah, just 30% from the field on the season. Just like Deng Deng. Brings a lot of energy, and he's obviously got some great length and athleticism at that 4 spot, but just needs to start becoming a little bit more efficient finishing plays.
Tough shot, good defense from the Hawks. Double dribble.
Baseline, hit ball.
Don't see that called too often. And Sam Froling.
Here we go.
He looks a bit flummoxed.
There you go. Maybe a little bit of carry. So he's trying to make something happen against Aaron Baines.
Krebs almost travelled. Mitchell again. Baines with the offensive board, and that's what James Duncan wants to see.
That's a great sign for Brisbane early. Is Aaron Baines playing great basketball, putting him in pick and rolls where he can roll, and then featuring him on the block, giving him opportunities to play one-on-one. And then when they send double teams, he has the ability to create for others and create great kick-out passes to wide open threes.
Right there, that's where he's got to be a massive problem for Brisbane's opponents on the offensive glass.
Exactly.
The rebounding hasn't been monstrous to start this season, but he can have a big impact in that regard.
5 points early for Aaron Baines. Here's King getting to the free throw line. Brisbane with the fast start. Krebs again looks to attack and a chance for a 3-point play.
Good take from Tanner Krebs. He's been shooting the ball pretty well from long range in the early going, but this is what he's really developed over the off-season, playing in the NBL1 for the Gold Coast Rollers. The ability to attack off the bounce and create some action towards the rim.
Well, earlier we spoke to Jason Cadee, who's going to take a listen to him, talking just about whether there's any fracture starting to appear amongst this Brisbane Bullets team.
It's not obviously fun. Look, we've got a good group of guys. People can say what they want, but amongst our group, there's no fractures there in terms of personalities and things like that. It's just we haven't been able to put it together for 40 minutes, and unfortunately, that's how our start of the season has gone. But as I just said before, I think if we can find just one, I think it'll be able to just take a little pressure off the boys.
Well, tonight's all about releasing that pressure, isn't it? Get a W on the board. That's the main thing that'll take it off for sure. Great start for Brisbane, 14-6. And X, you spoke about them establishing Baines inside. This team leads the league in 3-point percentage, Brisbane. But 8 of their first 9 field goal attempts early in this one have been inside the paint.
And that's what it's all about, right? Is playing inside-outside basketball. If you can establish a post presence, paint touches early, you'll be able to get great looks at threes, be able to pass up good, great shots. And I think that's been a focal point coming into this game, is feature Baines early and allow everything to flow through him, and you know, they'll get those wide open threes, and they'll shoot a high percentage just off of featuring him.
Shooter. Here we go, one only, fellas.
It's an early 9-point lead to Brisbane. Hawks playing their second consecutive Monday night home game after that disappointing performance against New Zealand last week. We'll get down to courtside to Matt Russell.
Yeah, Jacob Jacoma said to his team, I called that timeout because I told you to create some energy from the outset. He's not happy with his team's energy to start this game. He challenged George King early in that timeout. Now, George bit back. There was a back and forth between player and coach as we go down to Brad Rosen.
Yeah, Brisbane were very happy with their side. Defensively, they just came out in the zone and got a stop. And offensively, they said, keep getting feet into the paint. Watch for Illawarra collapsing and then kick out. And we just saw it right there, feet in the paint.
You're right. They did get in the paint, and we saw that little zone down the other end. Matt, what were the specifics of the back and forth there between George King and Coach Jacomas?
He didn't like the way that George King and Deng Deng had been combining, their switching. He challenged, he said, I don't know what you two are doing. And he said it louder and louder again. And George tried to answer, and he just shouted over the top of his player, and George said, I'm trying to tell you. Then his teammates got involved, it calmed down, and they decided we're here to create some energy against Brisbane, not against each other.
Jeez. Baines lets it fly from the top of the arc, and again, another offensive board. Energy has been the key word coming out of Illawarra. They've lamented a bit of the Monday night crowd because of the lack of energy the crowd's bringing, Liam, so they might need to generate their own energy.
Oh, no doubt. They need to bring an element of desperation. You know, there's a lot of talk about Brisbane. They're 0-5 starters. Harvey can't hit that one, but 1-4 for Illawarra. They're here on their home floor. This is a super important game for them as well.
It'll be an offensive foul on DJ Mitchell. A little bit too aggressive with that shove.
Zero.
Identified the mismatch on Harvey.
Chris has got it, Damo. You got to go lead side.
It's Lockie Dent. Tim Conrad come into the game. Froling has his first spell.
Here we go.
So Coach Jacomas trying to, again, just find the energy. The right players to bring on. Give this team a bit of a spark. So they trail by 9. And this man can give them a spark. And a shining light this season. Misses his first attempt. Here's Baines again. Hand off to Sobey. He'll let it fly.
Even on a miss, that's a great shot for him. Brisbane does an amazing job of playing in that split action where they throw it to Bainesy at the top of the key. And, they play split action with Sobey and Kadee.
Harvey couldn't finish that layup. Tyler Johnson comes in off the bench. As we said, this is his second game off the bench. Baines gave up the look for an even better look for Sobey, who had all the time in the world. Good ball movement.
Great pass. Good find from Aaron Baines. This team, they lead the league in assist percentage. They've had a rough start, but there is some unselfishness within this group, and Baines, he puts it on display right there.
As you said, Liam, the #1 3-point team in the competition, going at 50% already. They get hot, they're hard to stop. Then they go down to Mitchell. Leaves that short. Shot clock down at single figures. Harvey again. Just really struggling on offense now. The Hawks, after a good start, had their first couple of buckets. Can't find one at the moment, as Baines been a big part of the offense in his first term. He'll be disappointed with that.
That's a bunny. Needed to finish that. The big bang. The touch is just not quite there yet.
And Conrad leaves it short.
42% from the field in the early going of this season for Baines, shooting it reasonably well, pretty well from long range, but those little finishes around the rim just haven't quite been there.
Is that just touch, Liam? You just think that's just lack of basketball?
Yeah, I think so. That'll come.
Here's an opportunity for the Hawks on the fast break.
We saw the defensive play down the other end, the block from Mango Matiang, sparking that offensive transition. Brad, down courtside. What do you want to see from Mango in his first few minutes out here on the floor?
Yeah, I mentioned it in the pre-game. They need to get him more touches, and at 16 minutes a game, he's certainly not getting that. Right now, he is just a passenger out there because he's on the three-point line and they're shooting too much. They need to do what Brisbane have been doing. Get in the paint, get him some touches. Doesn't necessarily mean he has to score, but inside out, he needs to get more.
Yeah, and big time with Mango. If he can, he's great on the defensive end. Blocking shots, as you've seen there, is going to allow them to get out into transition. It's going to allow them to play at the pace that they want to play at. Jacob and his staff, they do a great job of preaching play at pace and get out and get easy scores. So if he can be an anchor for them defensively and be a great energy like that on the offensive end, it's just going to help them, and it's going to be a great addition for them.
The other one next is Tyler Johnson. As Jacomas brings some more changes, brings in Alex Madronya. Johnson coming off the bench. I mean, you're a guy who accepted a role off the bench last season in this very building. But what do you think the mindset is for Tyler Johnson right now? When he came into this league after a long career, multiple seasons averaging double figures in the NBA, he wouldn't have been expecting to be a six-man.
Yeah, it's definitely a mindset shift that you have to make for the betterment of your team, and I think he'll do a good job with it though. It's something that he's experienced in his career, and he's a true professional. He's a guy that prides himself on being a pro, and I think we'll continue to see great basketball out of Tyler. He's shooting the ball at a high percentage, and I think you'll continue to see him get better as the year goes on.
He needs to work on his free throws. It's 0 for 8 for the year now for Matiang. He missed all 4 after going 0 for 4 prior to this, so they haven't scored since there were 8 minutes on the clock. It's been 5.5 minutes.
Well, this is what we spoke about off the top with Illawarra, their offensive struggles. That's why they mixed up the starting lineup. Let's try and get Tyler Harvey, George King, Sam Froling, everybody up and about offensively. Last in the league in offensive efficiency, early doors. And as I said, just 62 points in that beatdown they took against New Zealand last Monday night. And those problems have not been solved here in this first quarter.
Harrison gets his first points, played some good minutes the other night, had the 11 points and 8 boards, makes both free throws. They've been over 5.5 minutes since the Hawks have made a field goal. Just made 1 free throw in that time. They need to generate something. Can Dent provide the spark? Finally, they get something going.
That's one guy that can definitely provide a spark. Saw him light it up. First few games, averaged 18 points per game over his first 3. But coming off back-to-back single-digit scoring games, they need him to fire up.
King gets his first points coming into the starting lineup. Harry Froling also checks in his first minutes. Sobey wanted to draw the foul. And King wants to launch again. It's a bit optimistic. I'll get a second look. And they generated a little bit of momentum late in this first term. Dent loves to get that little floater going in the paint. And he continues on his good form.
It's a go-to set for Illawarra. That little horns action where they put Lucky and they allow him to come off a flare and then bring him back off a ball screen. And Lucky is a great guard that is able to get 2 feet in the paint. He's able to play off of 2 feet, and he allows to get, you know, those lobs, and he has a great floater game, which opens up a lot of things for him.
Where is that play? Just gets his shoulder past the defense. And feathery touch on the floater.
Take a look at the Amy replay. We'll take a listen into the Illawarra huddle.
now is the defensive energy picked up. You've got to pick it up all the time down there. All right, we've got some energy there. Get into the ball, make sure we're bumping them off, make them take tough ones that way. You can see right now, they're not addressing the glass at all. All right, then we run out of it. Hey, so again is the reverse action right now against the zone. Then again is create, make sure he's setting the pick, and we've got shooters everywhere. Let them go that way.
Yeah.
All right, let's go, hands in, let's go.
So you hear Jacob talking about right there, that second side action, getting through that second side and then getting Luck back into a high ball screen where he's able to get into the paint, knowing that they have guys like Alex and George King and Dang Dang that can shoot the ball at a high level, and that's what they want. They want guys that can get in the paint, that can not only create for themselves but get other guys great easy looks from the three as well.
Here we go.
Can we get another shot of that bloke in the crowd with the horns? Real quick when we get a chance. He is a staple of Illawarra home games. Graham Lancaster, a pillar of the community, I'm told, there in Wollongong, and game after game after game, he's there representing on top of his head.
He is. He shows up and shows out. He's one of those fans that's not going to miss one no matter how good you're playing, how bad you're playing. He's going to be there in full support no matter what.
We might set a task for Matty Russell or Brad Rosen to see if they can get a little chat to this bloke later in the game.
Is your signature on the top of that helmet somewhere?
It might be.
Froling. Muscled his way into the paint, but got himself in a bit of trouble. And the shot clock expired anyway. So again, some good defense from the Hawks. That's what Coach Jackomas wanted, just to generate some offense off the back of some good defense.
Here it is right here, that reversal action, back to the top of the key with Luck and allow him to just play in this ball screen.
Shot clock down to 7. That's Yang, let it launch. Johnson puts on a nice little move and shows his class.
Tough finish. Feels like he should have got a whistle right there. His first bucket, Tyler Johnson.
There's Dents again, just trying to probe in the paint. Good feed, good back cut.
Dang Dang does such a great job of playing both dunker spots. When Lucky's coming down that lane and giving him an outlet, giving him a guy that is his release pass.
Opportunity late here. If they get one away, they'll run out of time, the Hawks. But it's the Brisbane Bullets who came out firing in that first term. Some good offense. It's their biggest first quarter lead of the season, and it's much needed. They're looking for their first win at a quarter time here at the Wollongong Entertainment Centre. It's the Brisbane Bullets leading the Hawks by 9 points. Monday night basketball at the Wynn Entertainment Centre in Wollongong. And fair to say, both these teams desperate for a win to try and build a little bit of momentum into this season. They got off to a nice start, Illawarra, but then really struggled to hit the scoreboard. But the Brisbane Bullets, they got their offense going, Liam and Xavier, and really it was off the back of going into the paint early.
Yeah, Brisbane did as you can see, Brisbane did an amazing job of establishing an early presence in the paint, getting paint touches, getting downhill, establishing banes, and working outside from there. And I think that was a game plan tonight, to come in and really establish, getting 2 feet in the paint, getting early paint touches, and dominating in that area.
Froling, nice backdoor feed to Harvey. That's the way to get the scoreboard ticking over.
It's so important to find some easy buckets for Tyler Harvey. We spoke last week, X, about him exploiting the back cut. Tanner Krebs sitting on the high side. Good cut from Tyler Harvey there on the broken play.
Get down to Brad Rosen, courtside.
Look, very happy the Brisbane Bullets were. They had a timeout and everyone spoke. They said, guys, this is exactly what we're talking about. The first 6 minutes, 15-6. The next 6 minutes, 7-all. Do not give Brisbane anything.
Xavier, when you're zipping 5, how important is it as a player just to get some points on the board, get that little bit of lead and just settle into the game rather than feeling like you have to play catch up and start trying to get a bit desperate and trying to chase a win?
Yeah, it's definitely important. You want to get some, like Liam said, you want to get some easy ones. You want to get some early and easy touches and be able to play basketball where you're not pressured into having to shoot tough shots all the time.
Not going to get many easier points than that.
This is so good to watch. So great to see them establishing Baines inside, let him seal up and find him near the rim.
Harvey just rims out. There's been a lot of talk about Brisbane trying to find their identity a little bit on offense. We're seeing tonight maybe that pounding it down low might be the best option for them.
Well, we know he's got some big advantages down there. Now, some of that's on Baines himself. He loves to pick and pop after he sets the ball screen, and today they've got him rolling in, sealing up, and causing problems down low.
Tyler Johnson starting this second term. Baines gets double teamed, goes for a tough fadeaway in the baseline. He's starting to feel it.
I guess that's what happens when you get a guy some easy ones, get his confidence going, and you see the ball go through the rim. Those are the shots that you start to make once you see a couple go through.
This is the Aaron Baines we're all expecting to see in NBL23. Really strong start for him now, the 9 points. Froling tries to answer at the other end. Kadee kicks it out, Krebs wide open. And they'll retain possession.
He talked him into that. Big Harry. Great awareness from Bainesy here in the block. Gets it, sees the double coming, but also realises 1 second on the shot clock. I've got to turn around and let this thing fly, and he finds the bottom of the net.
Thanks to Amy, that replay. Stuff the 1 footers. Kadee now. Thought he might have been fouled. Another offensive board. Krebs again will try his luck. Tyler Harvey just 2 of 7 so far in this game. Can Deng light it up? He can't make it. Kick it back out and set up again. Dent wanting to get to his favourite little spot. Jeez, he's so good at that.
Yeah, he is unbelievable in the pick and roll. His ability to get guys on his hip, get to that free throw line, get 2 feet in the paint, and then make a decision whether he's playing out of a lob or whether he's getting to the rim or whatever it is. He does such a great job of putting pressure on defenses in that pick and roll.
Port's going to keep going into Baines. Why wouldn't they? Because he's feeling it.
Love it. Really making a huge focus of him. He's the first guy in double figures. 11 points, 5 of 8 from the field.
Kadee wanted the foul. Going to let them play.
Stop, John. Stop.
Just a little bit sloppy there from Jason Kadee.
Better get us all.
Both teams make some rotations. George King comes back into the lineup. Just the 3 points for him so far. Tyler Harvey was the only Hawk to score double figures last week. Lost to New Zealand with 12. Just and the shot clock expires.
That's the other side of that coin. A little lack of awareness there from Brisbane on the shot clock winding down.
Tyler did a great job in rotation there and slowing up that ball to an extra one. So that's a good look on Tyler, and hopefully in this next possession we can see him get a touch and try and get Tyler an easy one.
Only their 4th turnover of the game, the Brisbane Bullets, averaging the most in the competition, almost 18. So trying to fix that up as Harvey gets into the paint.
Bang. You read it like a book. Beautiful action from the Hawks, and Tyler Harvey straight to his sweet spot for the lefty floater.
Up to 7 points is Harvey, averaging the 14.5 a game this season. Good ball movement again by the Bullets. Kadee, top of the key. Well, they're looking sharp.
Yeah, that's really good ball movement.
They're exploiting Illawarra's ball screen coverage. Illawarra is in a hard hedge. They're doing a great job of getting it out of that pick and roll early, getting it on a rotation, and making Illawarra get all the way to that backside, which is extremely tough to do.
Matiang was met by a couple of the big boys for Brisbane. Kicked it out, and Deng is struggling with his shooting at the moment. Now Sobey from outside. Deng looks to push it down the floor. Now Swakala Baluk. Can't get it to go either. A 12-point lead to Brisbane, game high. Kadee just a little bit sloppy with that pass. That's what Coach James Duncan is trying to get them to do, just better with the ball as Harvey did really well. Good hustle from Tyler Harvey, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Go 11, hit.
Beautiful take to begin with there, Tyler Harvey. Hawks fans enjoyed that play. So he was able to create some space with the hezzy and get in the lane. They just, the Hawks, got to get the right guys taking shots right now. You know, you're down double digits here. You're trying to generate some offense. Tyler Harvey scores, and he doesn't get it for the next couple of possessions. You have a couple of guys, Deng Deng and Swakala Bullock, both shooting sub 30% from 3 on the season. Letting it fly. Now, open looks, yeah, but they're open for a reason.
Yeah.
Use your opportunities offensively to get Harvey, George King, Sam Froling. Got to get these guys going.
Well, Harvey's first miss of the season from the free throw line. He was 14 from 14 up until that point. Let's get down courtside. Matt Russell.
There are some comparisons between this game and what we saw from the Hawks last Monday against New Zealand. Sam Froling delivers some much-needed points. Yes, the Hawks are doing a better job defensively on Brisbane than they did New Zealand, but last week they only scored 26 points to the half, and they're going to be around that mark again over the last few minutes here. Brad Rosen.
Yeah, Brisbane look like they're playing themselves into some really good stuff here. You look at Aaron Baines, he actually called for that sub. He was absolutely done, and that's what you want from your superstar.
Harrison down low.
Wow.
Gets the finish and the foul.
Great job by Sobey right there, just keeping that ball alive, getting the tip to his big, and getting on that offensive glass.
This season, with thanks to Latrobe Financial, we're giving away a guaranteed $50,000. Enter now nbl.com.au/legends for your chance to win.
One shot.
Harrison at the 5 points. There's big Aaron Baines having a well-earned breather. Sits down with 11 points. 6 rebounds.
Expect Illawarra to get Tyler back into some split action, ball screen stuff right here. See if they can generate some easy offense.
Matiang gets the finish. They need more from him. Brad Rosen's spoken about that.
And that's a shot he's going to have to make at some point, right? They're so far off of him, he's going to have to make 1 or 2 of those to keep him honest.
They get the turnover, and they turn defence into offence and just get a little bit of momentum.
Big couple of plays. A little bit of momentum. Good timeout from James Duncan, though. Stomp on that as quick as he can and have a bit of a chat about it. And you talk about Mango Matiang. I mean, that's a shot he can make. It's an interesting coverage because that mid-range little elbow jumper, that's well and truly in his bag.
It definitely is. He has the ability to make those shots and make them consistent.
Well, let's take a look at some of the Aaron Baines highlights from this first half. And you kept talking about it, X. They just went to him down low and it's been able to work off the back of that.
They've done a great job of getting Aaron Baines not only on the block, but getting him in those pick and roll situations where he can play out of short rolls, getting him catches on the block, and just having him be a feature in this offense. When they feature him, they are a tough team to deal with, and he does such an amazing job. He's obviously a great talent and a guy with true NBA experience.
Well, joining us on the headset down courtside is injured import for the Illawarra Hawks, Justin Robinson. Thanks for your time, Justin. First of all, you've had the knee surgery. How's it coming along, and what sort of time frame are you expecting?
A lot better than expected. Everything's going well. The rehab's going better. I'm way ahead of schedule, so I'm just excited about that, and I think God continues to bless me and get me back to where I need to be.
Well, Justin, that is really good to hear. Mate, what have you seen from your squad in this first half, and especially those last couple of possessions?
It's just the small things, you know what I mean? Like, we're giving up offensive rebounds. We're kind of letting our offense dictate our defense, and we can't be that team. And the guys know that, and we've talked about it. So we just got to continue to get better and improve on what we're doing.
My brother Jess, what up, man? How are you doing?
What's up, Max? How are you?
Good, brother. We just want to know, man. Are you going to be sticking around in Illawarra for the year, or what's the plans?
Yeah, definitely. The way the organization has handled the injury and everything going on has been great. So I think everything all around has been good for me, and it's going to be around the guys. And I think that leadership on and off the court and try to dictate and help them do things is going to be better for us.
Well, great news. Great to hear, Justin. Thanks for your time. I'll let you get back to join the team, and good luck with the recovery.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
As King almost got the friendly roll.
He was going to be so good this season. Real shame to see him go down in pre-season.
Positive news, though, that he shouldn't be too far away. Of course, Peyton Seaver going to join the team tomorrow. Maybe might suit up on Thursday night for the second leg of these two teams playing each other again. King almost got the roll. Now Harvey, left wide open. He can't get it to finish either. Just 13% from outside the arc tonight, the Hawks. 2 of 15. Johnson's able to get the ball out despite slipping. Now Mitchell. Feign the three, goes to the basket. Baines.
Oh my.
Just being a monster down there, but called for the offensive foul.
For the hook there, having a huge impact. I tell you, he's gasping for air. He's drawing on his Jedi powers about now. He went out and checked out 1 minute 15 or so. Hawks went on that run, and he's straight back out there, and he's 1 rebound away from a first half double-double.
Matt Russell, your courtside, what are you seeing from down there?
Well, just further to your chat with Justin Robinson, the Hawks have been so impressed with what he's done around the group and the community, even when injured. They're already on the record of saying we hope to get him back here next year.
That's good news.
Shoot back.
That was Madronia into the lineup.
Foul.
Foul called.
Black 13, hand check.
Thank you. Here we go.
And Baines checks back out, gets that rest he was desperate for. A couple of minutes to go.
Sits down with the 13 points and 9 rebounds.
Holding.
Big first half. Of course, remember, Brisbane have been on the road. This is now 5 of their 6 games that have been on the road. So, as a player, does that take an extra bit out of you as well, the travel?
It definitely does. Being on the road, it takes a little bit out of you, but it's also great. Being able to be with your guys on the road, develop that chemistry, be around just your guys, it helps down the stretch in seasons. You really have a true understanding of each other, and it's as tough as it is, it's always great for guys as well.
Another timeout being called. The coach's challenge, in fact. Of course, no Devondrick Walker tonight for the Brisbane Bullets. There's some doubt about a back concern for him. He hasn't played any minutes.
He's suited up. I think he's suited up, but sore. Only played the 5 minutes or so the other night. They're challenging the hands foul here on George King. Keep an eye on him here with Nathan Sobey. There might be a chance to win that. There's early contact there. Tiny little touch. Jeez. Next, you played in the 5th here on the coach's challenge?
Yeah, I think that's a no call. I think that's one that you have to let go.
I think that'll be unsuccessful.
Yeah, I think in the end there you can see the hands-on and the slight little push there on the vision, but it wasn't much in it.
Successful, the call on the floor stands. Resuming the game with 2 shots.
Sobey was the shooter, yeah?
There is Justin Robinson speaking about the leadership in the huddle.
I'll tell you, 1 minute and change here and left in the first half. Story of this first half for me has been Aaron Baines. That 1 rebound off that first half double-double. And it's been, we spoke about how much they emphasised him in the early going, pounded it inside. All of a sudden now Illawarra start to adjust. They throw some extra bodies at him, kick outs, a couple of open threes, and they've been able to build themselves a bit of a lead. That was really what we expected to see from Brisbane this season on the back of the Aaron Baines signing, and really probably for the first time this season in this first half, we've seen it in action tonight.
Yeah, it looks like they went back, they looked at the film, and they understood who they had in Aaron Baines, and they made it a point to feature him tonight. And obviously it's been working out for him, and I think that he needs to be a focal point for this offense going forward.
Let's get down to Brad Rosen courtside.
Yeah, just want to elaborate a little bit on what Liam was saying. That timeout was all about there is 1:38 to go in this quarter. Do not let up. We're up by 10, now 12. Don't give them and let them get back into that game. Very vocal. Matty Russell, what did you have?
Robinson told his Hawks teammates, don't let our attacking or offensive struggles rub off defensively. So it's not flowing offensively. Let's go up, not down in D. The Hawks have 7 stops so far this quarter. We know their club aim each game is 12 per period.
Lucky Dent again, right into the heart of the defense against that zone. Got straight to home base. Just couldn't finish the play.
Final minute 16 of this first half. Just to keep in touch for the Illawarra Hawks. They've lost 3 on the trot. I know that they've got Peyton Seaver arriving tomorrow. No doubt he's going to help. They also need a win. A lot of attention on the Hawks. Their winless start. Illawarra just 1 and 4, and that's a dagger. Tyler Johnson been good from outside the arc this year. It's a game-high 15-point lead. Just need a stop here, the Hawks.
Great 2-for-1 situation here.
Foley.
They go for it.
He can knock that down left wide open.
Joe Healy just enjoying proceedings on her night off.
We saw pre-game the leads that the Brisbane Bullets have had this season, the double-digit leads they've coughed up. And that's an important shot from Madronya.
Again, Lucky's ability to get 2 feet in the paint, attract defenses, and be a threat with that floater and that lob, open that shot up for Alex. He does such a great job of it, and it's something that they want to keep consistent with him, putting the ball in his hands in pick and rolls and allowing him to create for this team.
Johnson gets the pick and roll going with Baines. Just that little left-hand skyhook. Can Dent get them going? Just rimmed out. That would have given them a little bit of momentum going into half-time. Just struggling a bit on offense, the Illawarra Hawks. The Brisbane Bullets, they are desperate to open their account in NBL23. And they have a handy 15-point lead at half-time. Liam Santamaria, Xavier Rattan-Mays, they'll give us a good summary at half-time to work out how the Hawks can get back into this contest.
Bullets by 15 at halftime. They lead this one 44-29. Brisbane chasing their first win of the season, and they are right on track. Matt Russell alongside Brad Rosen. Aaron Bain standing tall, nearly a first half double-double, 13 points, 9 rebounds. A man with nearly 600 NBA games, finding his best form of this NBL season.
Yeah, and we have to be fair to Aaron. It has taken him a bit of time to get on tonight. He's looking outstanding. He's looking like the Aaron Baines we all wanted to see. The interesting one is he's really gassed and he's been coming in and out of the game, but it just goes to show you how much he's needed. His rebounding has been great. His presence has been outstanding. Great half by Aaron Baines.
These Hungry Jacks highlights will show not enough scoring from the home team Illawarra. 26 points to half-time last Monday against New Zealand, 29 points to the half in this game. So Tyler Harvey still looking to really get going, and it's been hard work for the home team.
It has. He's got 8 points, but from 11 shots, and that's where it's tough. These guys, they've been great. Look at the ball movement here. This one goes to Kadee. That is just a layup for Jason Kadee, and that's been what they've been great at. Here we go here, Aaron Baines again. The ball movement has been great for Brisbane and everyone's getting in. You look at the halftime stats here. 46% they're shooting from the field compared to 32 from the Hawks. The rebounding's great, assists are great, haven't missed a free throw.
Yeah, look at the rebounding. That's an area where the Bullets are really dominating. That's where Jacob Jacomas is urging his side for more. Yes, we're not scoring, but we need to defend. We need to maintain the momentum at both ends of the court.
And that's what they're not doing. If you're going to let Brisbane pass, and a wide open shot like that to Jason Kadee, it's going to be a long night. It really starts on the defensive end. Then they can get out and run, and then hopefully Mango can get into this game a little bit more.
What happens from here, Brad? Do the Bullets go on for their first win, or is there a Hawks fight back coming?
Well, I'm going to say Bullets go on with it because I think they've learnt enough over the last 5 games. I've just listened to every one of their timeout, and it's all been about don't let up. Keep going, and that's what we've been speaking about all night. It's the good and it's the bad. Tonight, I'm expecting the good from Brisbane Bullets.
Here's some more analysis. Liam Santamaria, Xavier Ratan-Mays, up to you.
Well, fellas, you pointed out all the things Brisbane have been getting done. From an Illawarra perspective, thank goodness for this man, Lockie Dent, coming off the bench today, but has been able to provide X a little bit of efficient offense.
Yeah, he's doing a absolutely amazing job for him. He is their one guy that you know is going to get into the paint and cause a ton of havoc. As you can see here with Lucky in this ball screen, they're trying to get him downhill into this paint with Mango on a roll and then Timmy as their spacer where they know you can't help. So if you run it, you see Lucky get downhill and it just allows him to play in space.
And then Brisbane, they go into a little zone. So still they put the ball in Lockie Dent's hands, X, and they bring up the ball screen.
Yeah, so first side movement just to get Brisbane moving a little bit, and then back into Lucky's hands where they can allow him again to play in space where they got shooters on both sides where you can't help off, and a big time lob threat coming down the lane.
And of course, as Lockie Dent comes in here, the vision to see Deng Deng sliding in underneath, and he finds him at the back of the zone. And then again, they're in the zone, the ball gets in Lockie Dent's hands, and here comes the ball screen from Froley.
Yeah, so this is huge for him. Put Baines in a pick and roll. We know he's going to be in a deep drop. Again, allow Sammy to roll to the rim with shooters on both sides.
And here you see the play get through. His head's on a swivel and the feathery touch on the floater. So Lockie Dent was nice in that first half, Brad, but he needs a few guys to come with him.
Yeah, I completely agree, and this is why they've brought in Peyton Seaver, haven't they? They're really looking forward to him coming in on Thursday. But tonight, they do look good when they come off the on-ball, and I love what Zabe was just saying as well. Get Aaron Baines into that, make him play at the other end. Great pick-up and good point.
Let's have a look at some highlights from Aaron Baines in this first half. Brad, just talk to these pictures.
Well, he just looks so happy, and the way he's playing, and he's got his touchback. That pass, there's only one man on the planet can do that, and I think that might have been him. But everything he's done is big. He's wide, his stance. Look at this one. Liam picked this up. He knew there was 1 second left. Turn around, little jumper. Beautiful. This time, I'm going to go middle on you if I can, and then go over with the hook shot. He's just been good all the way.
Nathan Sobey, 7 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists to half-time. Jason Kadee pre-game said he's had his best week at training. Nathan Sobey this season, does he go on with the job?
Yeah, well, he played his most minutes last week as well, and it's nice to see him get back. Those stats are really nice, and that's exactly what you want to see from Brisbane. Yes, Nathan Sobey goes on with it.
So at half-time, it's the Hawks down by 15. Brisbane lead at 44-29. And, of course, we have a great promotion for anyone who thinks they can make a shot from midcourt.
Hey, fans. This season, with thanks to Latrobe Financial, we are giving away a guaranteed $50,000. And like these NBL legends, Wortho and Gibbo, you can be a Latrobe Financial legend. All you need to do is send in a clip of you making a half-court shot for your chance to win a semifinals opportunity to shoot from half-court for $50,000. All thanks to Latrobe Financial. Head to the NBL website now to enter.
Monday night basketball at the Wynn Entertainment Centre. And the Illawarra Hawks fans, there was a little bit of deja vu from last Monday, beaten by 26 points at home to the New Zealand Breakers and trailing by 15 points here to the Brisbane Bullets, who are looking for their first win of the season. The boys have spoke about Aaron Baines. He's been on fire, but Xavier Rattan-Mays, who from Illawarra can get them going in this second half? You spoke about Lockie Dent, but who else can give them a spark?
Hopefully they can get George King, and I think the big one for them is going to be Sammy. They need to get Sammy going a little bit more. They need to get him in that short roll spots and get him running on the rim like he is there, and just see if you can get him some easy touches and easy looks to get his confidence going.
Right on cue. Here is Sam Froling, who works his way into the basket and will go to the free throw line.
Down the other end, good adjustment from the Illawarra Hawks. They would have spoken about Baines. You see Sam Froling get over the top, but the help from Deng Deng. Don't leave your teammate on an island down there. Come across, help out, and they take it away.
The Amy replay there.
Sub goals.
I'm going to say you weren't, but do you
DJ Mitchell looks to be in a bit of discomfort on the bench. We'll get the boys to keep an eye on that one as Froling misses the first.
Okay. Fair enough.
Pick up again.
That's good reason for that too.
Of course, we know the Brisbane Bullets have blown double-digit leads in 4 of their 5 games so far this season. So James Duncan will be all over it. They would have spoken about it at halftime.
Oh no! You just mark down the time here, X.
Trend's my friend, my brother. It's been a bit of a trend. But they look much sharper tonight. Sobey. High finish.
That's a big-time screen from Aaron Baines. Having Nathan Sobey come across the key like that, his ability to seal off and be that presence in the paint, opened up that ability for Sobey to get that little running hook.
Matt Russell, you got an update for us on DJ Mitchell?
Well, the longer that he works on the hand, the better it looks. He was in extreme discomfort when he first left the court, but the medical staff is going through the different bones in the hand and moving the fingers. And I must say, the more moments that tick by, the more it looks likely that DJ Mitchell will be able to return.
Hopefully just a stinger. It's good defense from the Hawks. Froling almost got himself into some trouble. Here's George King, just with the 5 points. Froling couldn't get around Baines. Again, their woes from beyond the arc continue. 3 of 19. Harry Froling was playing against his former side. His brother tonight cops a trip.
He's playing for his former side against his former side. Harry Froling, so is Deng Deng. Those two guys have been trading places the last couple of off seasons.
You've seen Harry Froling up close, Xavier?
I have. He is one of the most talented players that I've been around. His ability to pass the ball at an extremely high level, his ability to shoot the ball is absolutely incredible. And hopefully they can get him going here early. And I would love to see him make a couple and have a great night.
We saw there on the replay DJ Mitchell's thumb. He's got tangled up in that play. And again, Illawarra forced the turnover. Good bits of defense, and then they get the easy finish at the other end.
That's what Brad was talking about at half-time. See if you can generate some easy offense from your defense. They're struggling so badly in the half-court, the Hawks, and from long range. So try to churn up your effort at the defensive end.
Brisbane just up to 10 turnovers now. We know it's been a factor. Sobey gets fouled. Get to the strike.
Here we go. We got 2.
Like 7. Like 7. Hit.
We're going to talk about a lot here, X. Is Tyler Harvey.
Let's go.
You know, he really is the guy on this team. You know, a runner-up MVP voting a couple of seasons ago, and they signed him to the long multi-year contract, and just has been struggling in recent times. Last 3 games, 11 points a night at 27% from the field, and tonight they change up the starting lineup, try to put the ball in his hands. 3 of 11 from the field right now, and Brisbane have outscored Illawarra by 18 during his minutes on the floor.
Yeah, they've they've actually run some really good actions to get him some great shots. He's just missed a couple that he's accustomed to making. And right here, you'll probably see him get it back to him. They're going to try and run him off the baseline. And but if Tyler can get going for this team, they become a scary team because he has the ability to keep you in games.
Lucky Dent knocks down that triple there. Looked like they were in a box of one right there. Brisbane. Nathan Sobey on Tyler Harvey and everyone else zoning up.
Rocky Dent up to 7 points. As you boys spoke about so well, giving them some energy off the bench tonight.
The Hawks in a little bit of a different coverage now. They have Sammy in deep drops instead of hard hedges, and they got Dang Dang with the ability to switch 1 through 4. So you're just seeing a little bit of a change in defensive coverage. It's working for him.
Just starting to get a bit on offense now. Tyler Harvey gets up to double figures. He's got 10 points. Starting to get some stops at the defensive end. Just 4 points this quarter for the Bullets. Froling a bit long on that one. And the Hawks can get it back to single digits. Dent again probing. Unfortunately, a travel on Sam Froling as we get down courtside to Matt Russell.
Yeah, DJ Mitchell just giving the nod of approval to his support staff, saying my hand is good. Not so much his thumb. They were applying ointment around the middle knuckle, just to the ligaments in his left hand. His knuckles have been causing him some problems, haven't they?
Take a look at the incident again there. It's that left thumb. It was a big miss the other night. I mean, to lose by a point, he's played so well all season. He owes them tonight. He's just had the 2 points. But let's get back down to courtside because I believe Matt has Shane Froling, the father. Is it Brad, in fact? Brad Rosen down there. It's Shane Froling, the father of the boys playing tonight.
That's right, 271 NBL game veteran Shane Froling. Shane, this must be so tough for you. Who are you going for?
I support both kids, tell them to go hard each way, and people sitting beside me get really confused.
So growing up in the backyard, tell us, who was the one that belted who and who won?
Harry was always the bully, Sam always persisted, and with the girls it was vice versa. Alicia the bully and Keely persisted.
So let me ask you, in a season, how many kilometres would you do? You are flying everywhere.
It's mostly on ESPN or Fox, we're watching it, but when we can, we love getting to every game.
Now, I believe you're doing some stuff with the Flames as well. Of course, good mate Shane Hill, you're helping out there. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, every now and then I do a guest stint with Hammer and their team and help Keely out, and it's great for me to have a little bit of feel of the game still as I do.
Now, I don't want to put a dad on the spot here, but who wins from here?
Right now, it's looking like the Bullets, and as I always say, the winner gets the love. The other needs to work his ass off harder.
Good on you, Shane. Thanks so much.
Shane Froling, then, does that surprise you that Harry Froling was the bully?
Not at all. Not at all. Harry, you could definitely, knowing him and his personality, you could definitely tell that's what he is. But he's a great human being. He's a great guy to be around. Like we joked around about in the locker room all the time, big culture guy. That's what he used to call himself. So he's one of our favorites.
I like the mentality from Shane Froling as well. Real straight out of the Homer Simpson game, playbook. If you lose, you're out of the family.
That was an absolutely big screen by Baines.
And that 18-point lead they had at one stage, Brisbane's just been dwindled back to 8. It's a big hit from Baines and almost apology straight away.
We spoke about Baines pre-season, sets of bone-punching screens. Harvey felt the full force of it right there.
Those are the ones you look at your bigs.
It's now Brisbane just struggling on offense. Just the 4 points so far in this second half. And they've invited the Hawks back into this contest. Dent continuing to probe, and they'll keep possession.
Talk about the Froling brothers. Real sort of family affair out there tonight. Gorjak Gak for the Bullets, and of course his brother AK Gak for Illawarra. Neither of them have played any minutes just yet, but I can't remember, as Lockie Dent can't finish the float, I can't remember a game in the NBL where 2 sets of brothers have been involved before tonight. I got the stat man onto that earlier. He said it's after 45 minutes of searching around, he said it's hurting his brain.
Not even the stat man can find that one.
I don't think any of his columns on his spreadsheets get sorted by brothers.
I think it'd be highly unlikely 2 sets of brothers playing against each other on the same night. As Sobey tries to lob for Harrison, but again, the Hawks have just lifted their defence this quarter. And they peg the margin back. Harvey doesn't want to settle for the 3. Only 1 from 6. On the arc in the first half.
I really like that action, though, X. Whether it's Tyrell Harrison, whether it's Aaron Baines, neither of them are getting up to the line of the screen. So use their men as screeners to free up Tyler Harvey.
Exactly, and they're gonna continue to play in those deep drops and allow those guards to play on the hip and get rear view contests.
It's now Brisbane just starting to settle for a few 3s. 5 of 17 for them.
Again. And that's just Mango's ability to put pressure on the rim in those roles. He's a big-time lob threat, a guy that gets out of screens and gets on the rim, and you have to respect that by bringing another guy over to help.
Tyler Johnson is copping an errant elbow to the side of the head. He seems to be okay. Tim Conrad checks into the game. Matiang Hickey is also in the game. A different looking lineup right now, Liam, for the Illawarra Hawks.
Yeah, I'm not sure this squad will have played any minutes together so far this season. Dent, Hickey, Madronya, Conrad, and Matiang. 5 guys all come off the bench tonight, the full reserve squad, as they're trying to hang back into this game. And Matiang sends that one packing.
Maybe Jackomas just wants to keep the energy high. Get the fresh legs of the bench on. Take a look at the Amy replay. Much better defence in this 3rd quarter from the Hawks. Block from Matiang. Froling. It was a great look for Kadee, who couldn't finish. And Hickey with the turnover. Goes back and cleans up the mess. That's what you want to see if you're a Hawks fan. And now for the 3.
Wow, it's wild action. How was the block from Hickey? The really sloppy turnover at half court on the Amy replay, and then gets up and spikes that away.
That's getting the crowd into it on this Monday night. Must-win game for both teams. Illawarra 1-4, the Bullets zipping 5. And just struggling to get that little floater to fall. Continue to get good looks though. Scoring's just dried up in the last couple of minutes for both teams. Again, Froling with a great look at it.
This is big time for Mango Matiang. Signs of life from the big fella tonight. X, as he's getting up and protecting the rim.
Doing an amazing job. He is a true back line of defense for you. He comes over, he's able to contest at the rim without fouling and block shots. And that's what you want out of your 5s, a guy that can do that. And he does it at an extremely high level.
It's his 3rd block shot of this game. And this time, Kadee with the lob to Harrison.
Really good read. As soon as he saw Matiang commit to the ball, he knew he had the big fella over the top.
You get the ball back to Tyler here in a pick and roll. With Mango on a roll.
Matiang wasn't expecting that feed inside. And then another turnover from the Hawks. Opens the door for the Bullets to extend their 10-point lead. Got within 8, the Hawks, after trailing by 18. Cadee finds Froling. Just couldn't get the roll. And now Cadee gave up the 3 and will draw the foul, get to the free throw line.
Black 6. Oh, I don't have it.
Brisbane is doing a great job on the offensive glass and giving themselves opportunity at second chance points. And Illawarra has to do a better job of, they're getting that first one down and really finishing possessions with that defensive rebound so they can get out and run and be in transition.
Good minutes from Mathiang, despite that turnover. He checks out. Sam Froling checks back in along with Tyler Harvey. As the Hawks just try to finish this third quarter with some energy. Eat back into this margin a little bit. Give the home crowd and the group a little bit of something to feel good about heading into the fourth.
Let's get back down courtside to Matt Russell. Jacob Jackomas is all about on-court energy. Well, Will Hickey brings plenty of that. He had a sneaky highlight last Monday with a great jam up above the ring. We saw him with that block a moment ago. He has great springs. Will Davo Hickey, the crowd here loves him. The coach loves his energy. Brad Rosen, you know a bit more about him.
Yeah, I did actually. I played local comp with this boy, and man, can he play. But ironically, as Illawarra were bringing Mango off then, Coach Jacob Jackomas looked at him and said, get some water. I love your energy. You're getting back on soon.
Tick down, just over a minute and a half left in this third quarter. It's a 15-point lead at half-time for the Bullets. Back within 8 to Illawarra. Now Johnson finds Sobey wide open in the corner. He can't get it to fall. There's been a foul off the ball.
Goal 24.
Well, they dodged a couple of bullets.
Goal 24.
No pun intended. The Hawks there the last couple of possessions, wide open looks from long range. Next, they have churned up the defense in this quarter, the Hawks. They've kept Brisbane to just 8 points so far this quarter, but haven't really been able to cash in down the other end.
You're exactly right. They've switched up their defensive coverage in the pick and roll. They've been able to force some tough ones at the rim. And like you said, they just have to convert at the other end. Get out in transition, get out in their pace, and create some easy ones. With a minute and 20 left, expect to see Tyler really aggressive here. See if they can cut this lead to single digits and give themselves a chance going into this fourth quarter.
Of course, remember this season, with thanks to Latrobe Financial, we are giving away a guaranteed $50,000. Enter now at the nbl.com.au/legends for your chance to win.
Every time that little graphic comes up there, the lower third, I see Corey's hand out, and I just think he's telling me to shush. He's like, Liam, shush. We've got some legends to talk about.
An important final minute and change of this third quarter. Johnson fires away. Baines continuing to work hard on that offensive glass. He hasn't added to his halftime tally. Aaron Baines still got the 13 points.
And I was just about to say, Brisbane have gone away from Baines in the post. They haven't featured him as much, and it's been a little bit more of a struggle. I think they need to get back to featuring him on the block, putting him in some pick and rolls where he can short roll and be a playmaker for him, and really get him some touches, because their offense is really tough to deal with when he's a focal point in it.
Just the 8 points in this term for the Brisbane Bullets, but that helps. Johnson getting into the paint. 7 points for Tyler Johnson tonight, coming off the bench. There's Krebs with good hustle, almost forced the turnover. Should be a Hawks ball. Going to call a jump ball. So, great hustle from Tanner Krebs.
The Hawks will take it on the possession arrow. Again, down 12. That 10-point margin's such a mental barrier. They can go in at three-quarter time in single digits, might give them something to play with.
Is that the case as a player? Is the single digits number psychological, that you just sort of always feel a bit closer when you get within that 10 points?
Definitely. When you see a score cut to 9, 8, you know you have a real fighting chance. So if they can get it to that, they best believe in this timeout and after this quarter, they're gonna know that they have a chance to win this game.
Harvey and Froling know that. They wanted the 2 for 1, couldn't finish on the 3. Now Sobey, it's just 3 from 12 tonight, 1 from 8 from three-point range. He slips. Frustrated.
Well, he's frustrated because there's a wet spot on the floor. Clearly just loses his feet there as they slide on a wet spot. And the ref says, I hear, nothing much I can do about it. You see here, bang, just completely loses his footing and the turnover results.
Tyler Harvey, the 10 points, leading the Illawarra Hawks. Lockie Dent, 7 and 4 assists. Sam Froling with the 7 points. The Brisbane Bullets, Baines on 13. Had that at halftime. Sobey, 11. Harrison on 7 and Jason Kadee with the 8 points.
End of quarter here. Look for them to maybe put Timmy in some action where you have him slipping through and maybe can get him a great look at a 3.
And he didn't score last week either, Tim Conrad, in the 12 minutes he played against the Breakers. And that's a poor turnover. That's going to be disappointing to finish three-quarter time.
Man. Jeez, you read it, X, but so did Jason Kadee. Saw that coming a mile away. Yeah. And just jumped into the passing lanes on the high IQ play. There's the action, the slip, the flare, and Kadee came from nowhere to take it away.
Kadee is one of those guys. He is brilliant. He's a scouting report guy. He knows what is coming late shot clock, late game, and he did a great job reading it. Obviously, they knew, they could possibly try and get to Timmy for a 3 and cut it to single digits, and that's what they ran, and Kadee was able to do a great job of getting to that passing lane.
It's a good lesson, isn't it, Liam? Why all players should do the scouting reports and know the opposition.
Yep.
They're the little things that can make a difference. And he's going to make a difference to the momentum at three-quarter time.
No, like you said, those things make a huge difference as players. We're giving scouting reports before the games. We know what are late shot clock, late game stuff that teams could possibly run. And for you to get a scouting report steal like that is big time going into a fourth quarter.
Can't run here, Tim. Can't run.
So they're just checking the clock. See if they can add on
2.3.
an extra second. So the Hawks will take that. For all their good work in the third quarter, the Illawarra Hawks, they could only peg back the 15-point halftime margin by 2 points. They still trail by 13, but there's still time and there's still hope. Big fourth quarter to come here at the Wynn Entertainment Centre. Monday Night Basketball. Stick with us. Just the 24 points combined for both teams in that third quarter. It's a bit of a grind, a bit of a struggle. Both teams trying to find their best form. At the end of the night, though, it won't matter. Someone just needs the W. And at the moment, it's the Brisbane Bullets looking the goods. They lead by 13 points.
There we go.
Liam, a little shout out to our mate here, Pete Hawley.
Big time. Shout out to Pete and his wife, Dom. Their little baby, Lainey Rose, arrived over the weekend. So, first-time parents, big congratulations and lots of love from the entire NBL community.
And a lot of sleepless nights coming up too, Pete. So, welcome to the world of fatherhood.
There's another block from Mango Matiang. Jackomas was true to his word, threw him back out there, and he gets right back to protecting the rim.
Mitchell on the floor to start this fourth quarter and continues on what he's done most of the season. Nails the three in the corner. They get down to Matt Russell.
First win of the season. He said, come on, fellas, a big couple of minutes here. Let's make sure we come out. Plenty of energy, play plenty of D, be all over the ball. We're right there. Brad Rosen.
Down this end where Jacob has just said, we have nothing to lose. It's all going to come from heart. Keep playing, don't stop, play with energy and run.
Got to bring the energy of the Hawks. Haven't been able to get much on offense. Baines tried to put the ball on the floor. Good hustle from the Hawks. And then the shot clock will beat them. And that's what the coach wanted.
That's a tough one. They had Baines featured on the block there, and Mitchell decided to come through and kind of just took away that space. I thought they did a great job of putting Sobey and Baines in that 1-2 pick and roll on a clear side, and it just, you know, the spacing got messed up towards the end.
Joe, you talked about how much of a grind it's been in this one. These two teams, bottom of the cellar dwellers right now, and desperate for a win. Both 30%, in the 30s for field goal percentage, in the 20s for most of this game from long range. But someone's going to get an ugly win, and it's going to be a big-time W in the column. And right now, it's looking like a massive pressure release for the Bullets, and they've just got to bring it home.
Still just grinding out their best form, the Bullets, but you can't just flick a switch, can you, X? You can't just turn on and all of a sudden play your best basketball. Sometimes you've got to grind out a win, find some things that work like they did in the first half going into Baines, and just off the back of it, build a bit of momentum and build into the season.
Definitely. You're going to have games like that during the season where you just have to grind out a win, like you said. You have to do the little things. It's not going to look pretty, and it's going to be one of those wins that you look back on, you just say, we just needed to get this one done, and that's what it's looking like for Brisbane and Illawarra tonight.
Again, Baines over the top, deep seal, too big, too strong. Three-point play opportunity, and then going from bad to worse for Illawarra. George King fouling out. 5 points, 1 rebound, was given the start, and just was never quite able to get himself going.
As you spoke about earlier, Liam, his first 3 games, he was terrific, averaging the 18 points at 62%, and then his last 3 games, really struggling. Less than 8 points a game. That makes it hard for the Hawks. Harvey, if anyone's going to get them going in this fourth term, it'll be this man. Tony Krebs is not happy. Sobey exchanging a few words with Deng.
He doesn't stop the set of screens.
Oh, look at it. There's the handoff. The screen from Deng Deng. Now, that should have been an offensive foul. Still moving. A shoulder. Right in the Tanner Krebs face. That was a missed one from the officials. Harvey cashed in, and Krebs is heated.
Baseline. Here we go, fellas. Let's play now.
Here we go, baseline.
There you go, a little tap on the back to each other. No harm intended. And we'll get back to action. Brisbane led by as much as 18 points in that second term. Well, they were able to get it back to 8. And then from there, they've just stopped. There's now Aaron Baines in a bit of pain.
He took a little bump there from Lockie Dan. which is where the foul was whistled. And caught him in a really awkward spot there in the hip.
Getting a little chippy in these last couple minutes.
Would have the big smile on his face. He's okay, the big bang. It's going to take more than that to keep him down.
Speaking of more, Joey, there's see more of this from Brisbane moving forward. This right here, 15 and 12 from the big banger. They got a double-figure lead. Every game, for me, the first quarter, make a real focus of the big fella inside and see how the defense reacts. In this one, it was all points in the paint early, all Aaron Baines, and then they flipped it up from there. I like it. I like it as a strategy. They waited and then the defense responds. They start sending extra bodies, and all of a sudden you got shooters open on the arc.
Exactly. Playing inside-out basketball, establishing a great post presence in Baines, and then allowing, you know, guys around him to make shots, play inside-outside, penetrating kick, wide open threes, and then you continue to feature Baines on the block. And like you said, I think that's going to be a focal point for them going forward. Is really making it a staple for them to really get him the ball early and often to start games.
Mentioned it's 80s night, Joey.
It's the 80s tunes.
It's 80s tunes. Some 80s style haircuts in the crowd there, just quietly.
Good to see the fans enjoying themselves. Monday night, always a tough night for families. So it's a Bullets by 15. Illawarra starting to run out of time now. Again, their shooting woes continue. As we said, Tyler Harvey was the only one to hit double figures last Monday against New Zealand. Again, he's the only one in double figures in this game with 13 points. Not the most polished performance by the Brisbane Bullets, but it'll certainly relieve the pressure on the team and coach James Duncan, who's coming under some scrutiny. There's Baines again, another offensive board, kicks it out to Krebs. Not too much on that. Madronya at the feet set in the corner. Now gets it back to Deng. His woes continue.
Again, you see the box and one from the Bullets, and they know it's all Tyler Harvey. No one else really getting it done offensively for the Hawks. So they're just staying attached to the danger man.
Baines off the glass. 17 points for him. Season high for Aaron Baines. What a time to do it when his team needed their first win. Deng gets to the rim easily. So can you see them springboarding off this, Liam? Brisbane Bullets, have you seen enough tonight for them to think that they can build into the season and work their way into that top six?
Look, I don't think there's a lot to take from tonight. I think, again, we spoke about what we saw from them establishing Baines inside. That's a blueprint, no doubt about it. Kadee knocks that one down and builds on their lead. But, you know, this is not a scalp by any sense of the imagination. This is a Hawks team that's undermanned. They're waiting for Peyton Siva to arrive. They're now going to be on their own 4-game losing streak. Harvey can't respond, the whistle called underneath. So this is not like a turning point necessarily for me. We'll see how it all plays out, but nonetheless, great to get that first win on the board as long as they can close this thing out.
Just take a look at the Amy replay, the good ball movement again to Kadee. He gets himself into double figures with the 11 points.
Good.
And where to for your former side? Xavier Illawarra, where can you see them improving? We know Peyton Siva is arriving in Australia tomorrow. He may suit up Thursday. Is that enough to get their offense going a little bit? What else do you need to see from this team?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely helps to have a savvy veteran point guard in Peyton Siva that's been all over the world, knows how to play basketball. He fits right into their system in terms of pace. He's a defensive-minded guard as well, coming from a Louisville background, and he definitely is going to help him. He's going to help him in a lot of different areas, and I'm interested to see what they look like with him in that lineup.
Madronya wide open in the corner. At the other end, it was Kadee. Everybody else has been struggling from beyond the arc. He's 4 from 5. No one else can buy a 3.
That's an easy call. Dropped the shoulder there, Tyler Johnson. Good defense from Lockie Dent. Right, Jason Kadee's having a good time out there. 4 of 5 from range, 14 points on the board.
We'll get back down to courtside to Brad Rosen.
Yeah, I'm lucky enough to have here, arguably the Hawks' #1 fan, Graham Lancaster. Welcome, mate. You look like you're having a lot of fun.
Thank you. Well, I'm enjoying the atmosphere. I'm not enjoying the scoreline.
Now, you are the #1 fan. Let me get this right. Lawyer by day, fanatical fan by night.
Something has to keep you alive. So when you practice law, you come and enjoy yourself with something like this.
So how long have you been a member? Since the beginning?
No, probably about 15 years. Yeah.
And you love it?
I love it. Basketball is life.
Now, you are down here by 20-odd. Can we get a fight back? 5 minutes 23?
I'm always hopeful. I always believe you can rise from the floor. If we don't get it today, there's a lot of season ahead.
Oh, you are the #1 fan. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Love that. Still not sure what the horns... Well, what are the horns?
Oh, that's what I wanted to know. What's the go with the horns?
It stands out. But great to see that loyal fans... They do love their basketball, don't they, in Wollongong?
They definitely do. They show up and show out for them. They do a great job of supporting this team, no matter win, lose, or draw, and they've done a great job for them.
It's tough, of course, on the Monday night to get fans there, a school night for a lot of people. And a couple of disappointing performances at home, back-to-back Monday night games for the Hawks.
And there it is again, Mango hitting that little short mid-range jumper that we talked about earlier. He has the ability to hit those and hit those consistently.
Johnson gets the finish.
Basket, like 22.
Okay, let's line up, guys.
These two teams will meet again on Thursday night. The Nissan Arena, back in Brisbane. We're looking to get back-to-back wins, just get a bit of momentum going into their season.
Perfect timing for the Bullets, just to see back-to-back games with the Hawks on their schedule. A team struggling a bit right now, as we said, a little undermanned. Peyton Siva, as you mentioned, Joey, likely to be in uniform on Thursday, but it will be his first game.
Now, Liam, we're going to get back to Brad Rosen because he's been able to find out the answer for you about those horns.
Okay. Ask and you shall receive, boys. I've spoken to him. I said, what is with the horns? And he said, so a friend of mine bought them from Bali, and I looked at him, and his exact words were, what am I going to wear these to? So he thought, I'm going to wear them to the game. And then they became a cult, was his words. Now I have to wear them every damn game, he said.
He's just giving the people what they want.
As DJ Mitchell shows his strength and class to attack the rim. Pretty quiet night by his standards, just the 7 points on 3 of 8 shooting.
Timeout called by Jacob Jacomas. Down 26 with a tick under 4 minutes to play. And I tell you, I would love to just see him get a little offense going here in these last 4 minutes. My goodness, 49 points on the board. 13 in the first quarter, 16 in the second, 13 in the third, and they've just been able to generate 7 points in the first 6 minutes of this one. It has been bone dry for the Hawks once again this evening.
They'll slip to the bottom of the ladder with this loss tonight, and then they play Melbourne United on Saturday night. Xavier, Melbourne United also trying to find a bit of form, so again, it's going to be sort of desperate times, but two teams desperate for a win.
Yeah, going into this game, it's going to be a great game. We obviously have a standard that we hold ourselves to, and we're looking forward to a big week of practice and preparation for what for us is going to be a dogfight going in, and we're looking forward to another opportunity and another challenge, and something that we're excited about.
Lamb, what have you made of Melbourne United and what's been going on there this week? A lot of talk around the roster and those sorts of things. What's your take?
Well, there's talk about the roster from outside the club and within. Dean Vickerman's made that very clear in the post-game press conference, which were really interesting comments in their own right. So, look, it's a roster, and X knows this only too well. That was thrown into disarray in pre-season with the injury to Ariel Laporte and the ongoing concussion issues that Shea Illy's been dealing with. So it's been a bunch of guys playing different roles and given handed extra responsibilities. You see AK Gak in the game. Nice to see him get a little run. But X, can you take us in? Really disappointing loss on what was yesterday, really, on your home floor. What was the feel in the locker room post-game?
Definitely disappointment. You know, like I said, at United, we hold ourselves to a standard on both ends of the floors, and we feel like that wasn't met. And we're gonna go back. And the great thing about our organization is we have such great leadership, starting with CG and Barlow and Newley and those guys, and led by Dino. And we're gonna go back into the locker room tomorrow. We're gonna watch film. We're gonna figure it out. And I think that you'll start to see a Melbourne United team that's ready to turn the page. And like I said, with great leadership, that's where a basketball team starts. And I think that we are solid in those areas. We have great guys around us, and you know, I think we'll be able to weather a storm.
Let's get back down to the court side. Matt Russell.
And along the same lines, but applying that to Brisbane, the competitor coming out in Nathan Sobey during that last time out. He said, boys, let's play this out. We used the last 4 minutes to get better for the next game. And then the next game after that, no stopping here, he said.
Well, that's the intent they have to have. Play to the last minute. Doesn't matter what the scoreline is. Trying to find their best. A real blowout now. This is really disappointing for the Hawks at home.
We've got those Gak brothers on the floor guarding each other.
That's always
And
special.
the Frolings. Oh, and there is Sam. Right over Harry.
Take that, big bro.
No more the big bully.
I tell you, he's going to want the photo from that baseline camera.
Here it is right now, going right back at him.
Yeah. I wonder if there's just a bit of romance from these coaches, just to get the sets of brothers out. There is now Gak at the other end. A little bit of showtime.
Wow. History is made. If it somehow wasn't the first game in NBL history with two sets of brothers going head-to-head, I tell you what, it's the first time they've gone back-to-back throwdowns on each other's heads.
It looked like there, Xavier Harry was smart enough just to get out of the right late last minute. He didn't want that poster.
He definitely made a business decision because that would have been one that is talked about in the family for a long time.
Matt Russell, back to you.
Yeah, that Sam Froling dunk a moment ago. No one was laughing more in the stadium than their dad, Shane Froling, who we heard from earlier. He was laughing his head off. I read his lips as he looked both sides of him and said, yeah, that was on Harry.
We needed some sort of highlight in this fourth quarter. As we said, been a bit of a tough game, particularly for the Hawks. Throwing again, wants to take his brother on. Harry swipes that away, but foul called.
There he is, Shane. Still offering his opinions on proceedings. Very much enjoyed that action. Excellent. Talk about AK Gak. You of course played with him last season. I've been surprised he hasn't got really basically any tick in this season so far. We saw him with the Bulls at the Summer League. Got some minutes, did actually pretty well out there, and as a guy, a picker and a roller and a lob threat, I expected him to come out and be a part of the rotation this season, but it hasn't quite been there to this point.
Yeah, I'm right with you. I thought that he had an ability last year to learn from some really good bigs that we had, and Duop and a couple other guys, and I thought he was primed this year to come in and play some, decent backup minutes for him.
Well, Froling gets a couple of highlights in a row.
Yeah, as you know, he played some great minutes for us last year, and I thought he was able to come in. I thought he was going to be able to come into a role this year where he was playing some backup minutes. He's a big-time talent, a great lob threat, and an elite rebounder. And I thought, you know, we would see him a little bit more, but hopefully they're just grooming him into a bigger role, and we'll get to see him here pretty soon.
Mitchell gets his 10 points, fifth Brisbane Bullet into double figures tonight. For the Hawks, last week their 62 points was the lowest score by any team this season, and they're going to beat that tonight, just the 53 points. And the Bullets will get their first win.
Just 30% from the field for the Hawks tonight. Sub 20% from 3, 6 from 34. Just haven't been able to get it going at all in front of their home fans. Peyton Seba's plane from across the Pacific cannot land quick enough.
They'll butter up again in a few days' time, these two teams. There's Krebs surrounded by Hawks. Getting some minutes is Harry Morris. It's his first bucket.
That's a nice moment for the... What a way to bring up your first pro bucket.
Corner three off the dribble.
So in the end, Brisbane, they get the first win. They relieve a bit of pressure. Coach James Duncan, he'll feel it more than anyone. And the Brisbane Bullets get off the bottom of the ladder and they look to build a bit of momentum. 26-point winners. Wasn't the most prettiest performance, but it all started going into the big man early, getting that lead, and from there they were never headed.
100%. It all started with Aaron Baines, and it was a great game plan. Needs to be there, game in, game out for the Bullets. And he responded. Missed a couple of bunnies early on, but quickly found his touch, and from there was a dominant force. First half double-double, and they established a double-figure lead and never really looked back.
A terrific performance. Jason Kadee, he led from the front. 4 from 6 from three-point range, 16 points. Getting the start again ahead of Tyler Johnson, who himself got 11 points. Sobey and Mitchell in double figures as well. And nice to see some smiles on their faces, Xavier, after, with no doubt it would have been a really stressful period. They would have felt it internally, externally, and now they can just get to work.
It's definitely, yeah, it's definitely a stressful time when we've lost a couple in a row, but it's all about, like I said, your leadership group and your ability to come together as brothers and really embrace tough times. And obviously they did a great job of that tonight, and it's obviously paid off for them, and it's good to see them get their first win, and hopefully they can keep it rolling.
We're going to get down to courtside because we have the Foot Locker player of the game with Matt Russell, and of course it is the big banger, Aaron Baines.
The Foot Locker player of the game, Aaron Baines, 17 points, 14 rebounds, your best game since joining the Bullets. 0-5 becomes 1-5. How big a result is tonight for the team?
Oh, it's better than 0-6, right? You know, glass half full. We were able to put a few more minutes together. I think that was the biggest thing for us. We've kind of been too hit and miss with our defense, and that hurts our offense as well. So we're just internal focus, trying to put more minutes together, and if we can do that, we hopefully start ticking that win column over a few more times than what it has been.
As you put the minutes together, what part of the play do you think impressed the coach the most? You mentioned defense.
Yeah, well, we have to be better defensively for sure, but offensively, I think, you know, just trying to find a shot for someone else. We haven't been too good at creating for others, and that kind of hurts us. We're taking quick shots, and I think the more we make teams work on defense, the easier our shots become. And as soon as we get an open shot, I have all the confidence everyone on our team to make those shots. So, you know, just get that ball swinging offensively and moving, and then defensively, it's a lot easier for us to get back when they have to pull it out of the rim as well. So, yeah, then we have more intensity on the defensive end. 17 points, 14 boards. What pleased you most about your game tonight? Probably just trying to make the game easier for the other guys. You know, that's always more fun for me. I love being able to be out there, and whatever focus I'm drawing, it's making the job easier for the other guys. You know, if they want to deny me, have all the confidence that the other post guy is going to be open. If they want to try and hang back, I've got a clear lane to screen and get my guards downhill. So that's probably always the most fun. So yeah, and then I just try and finish the plays they make for me as well.
Aaron, we've heard Andrew Gaze and Luke Longley say they'd rather watch NBL than NBA at the moment. What's it like playing NBL as opposed to NBA at the moment?
Oh, mate, I'm just happy to be playing basketball. So, yeah, no, it's definitely fun. It's a different look. It's a different game, but I'm lucky. I play international all the time. So, yeah, it's very similar to that, and just trying to get in the motion of it and trying to get going and get a few minutes under the belt and, you know, hopefully keep improving each time I do come out here.
Congratulations, Aaron. We'll see you again on Thursday night, the Foot Locker Player of the Game, as we go over to Brad Rosen.
Yeah, I've got Tyler here. Tyler, congratulations. I just said great win, and you went, oh, man, we needed that one. Tell me about it.
You know, we were close the other day in Melbourne, and you know, we just had some trouble getting out of the gate. And so, I mean, anytime you can come out and get a win, it's hard to get a win, you know? So doing the things that we needed to do today, no egos, no anything other than just get the job done. I'm happy with our group right now.
And what was different tonight? Like, you came out, it looked like for 40 minutes you were ready to go. What was the difference between now and the previous 5 games?
You know, we had been getting off to some good starts. I don't think it was the way we were starting the game. We just, at some point during them first 5, we would have a lapse. And, you know, we fought it off in the third quarter. You know, we were able to battle through it and keep getting stops. What ended up happening in those first 5, we stopped scoring, and so we stopped defending. Today, we kept defending, able to weather the storm, and then eventually break it open.
Well, it's nice to say the Brisbane Bullets got a win on their floor, on the road. Congratulations. Good luck on Thursday.
Oh, thank you.
Well, it has been a tough start to the year for the Brisbane Bullets. They've been on the road, they've played some top teams, but they finally get that first win, and they look to build a bit of momentum off that. They'll go back home and play again against Illawarra Thursday night, but they got the job done tonight. It was a comprehensive 26-point win. Stick with us, Matt Russell, Brad Rosen, to wrap it all up straight after this.
The Bullets are out of the blocks for NBL23. This is their first win of the season. A while coming, but as Aaron Baines just said, 1-5, better than 0-6. They've beaten the Hawks 82-56. The Bullets has to be the storyline out of this one, Brad Rosen.
Absolutely, and they'll be very happy. And I heard the commentators say they just needed to get that win. You look at that shot, 43% from the field, 3-pointers, they made 8. They did well on the free throw line, the rebounds. That's what they'll be very happy with, and assists.
Yeah, 56 points scored by the Hawks after they made just 62 on Monday. So they have big offensive problems. Peyton Seaver arrives tomorrow. Aren't there some expectations on him this Thursday?
Absolutely, and they need him, and they need him now.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see on Thursday. Not long to wait until Hungry Jacks round 5 of the NBL starts on Thursday night. But Aaron Baines, a double-double. The Brisbane Bullets, the win. The Hawks with work to do. That wraps up round 4. Until Thursday night, on behalf of the commentary team, it's goodbye from the Gong.
This program is brought to you by Hungry Jacks and Bunnings Warehouse.
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven,
Camera
eight, nine,
left.
10.
Left. Camera left. Left. Here comes the other left. And other left. 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 The other left.
Apologies with the banner. We can just.
What's that, sorry?
Said apologies with the matching.
Oh, we can't send it on. No, that's fine.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. No, it's all good. Thanks.